everybody. It is not morning, and it's not even morning right now while I'm filming this. It is 2 o'clock p.m. All throughout today, I tweeted and asked for you guys to send me questions using the hashtag AskComil, and we're gonna answer lots of questions today. You know what? I'm gonna jam-pack a lot because I feel so bad when I don't get to answer a lot of people's questions. A lot of people miss out. So let's do it. I screenshotted a ton. Let's do it. At Kenzie Mills 13 asks, do you like One Direction? If so, who's your fave? Okay, in high school, when they were like in their like first couple of years of being huge, like out of X Factor, like all that, they were actually my first huge crush. That was the first time I ever felt like a part of a fandom, except for I didn't talk to anybody. I just loved them. I would watch those edits where it was like Harry and Louis were in love and they made it look like they were in love. I was obsessed with them for like a few months, and then I kind of got over it and was just like, yeah, I still like them, but I'm not like obsessed with them like I used to be. I'm pretty sure I tweeted at them sometimes. I still like them, and my fave is probably either Louis or Niall. Okay, it's Niall. At M Mercenary asks, favorite pizza toppings? I'm a simple man. You know, I love a classic cheese pizza, but I definitely am one of those weirdos who likes pineapple. XX Solar Panel 201 asks, when was the first time you realized Shane had frog leg arms? It was one day in the office, because he does this thing where when he sits in a chair, he like leans back and does this and like just stretches like this. When he does that, it just instantly brought me to a flashback. Noah is eating frog legs on Put It in My Mouth.
This is a beefy frog leg.
These are meaty, man. I bet this guy's a real jumper.
Look at that thigh.
Like anytime he does this or this, like you see it. At Amina Ramen 02 asks, which celebrity would you love to be best friends with? Because it's hard, because just any celebrity that includes musicians, actors, influencers. I feel like Emma Stone would be like the coolest person, but it's like definitely somebody that I'll never probably ever meet in my lifetime. She's one of my biggest acting inspirations. Or Macy Williams from Game of Thrones. She's so awesome. Such a talented actress, and like I feel like our opinions are very similar. Next question. At M Mercenary again asks, share of one of your most adrenaline infused experiences of yours. Here's the thing. I get adrenaline very easily because I have such high anxiety about everything. When I'm about to go into a big scene or on Smosh Live or even in track, I'm about to run a race. Like, I get very filled with adrenaline very easily. Literally for Smosh Live, I had so much adrenaline where I was just like my body needed it. I was so nervous. That's probably one of them, Smosh Live. Okay, at HeyMay2000 asks, do you have any tips for a clear/acne-free face? I'm tired of pimples and grossness. Dude, I feel you. I am going to save your question for its own special video. Look at this, tapping the heart. Boom. We're gonna make a whole video about this. Dulcie Indoors asks, if you had to go on a year-long cruise with one member of Smosh, who would it be? Oh, girl, Olivia. Olivia and I would have so much fun on a year-long cruise, splurging, like spoiling ourselves, taking in the sun, swimming. That would be probably the best time ever. Like, if I could get a reality show with Olivia where it was like Courtney and Chloe take Miami, except for it's like Courtney and Olivia take the beach or something. Her and I definitely love like the spa life and like the vacation life, so. At Bailey Bye asks, if you were to be stranded on a desert island with anyone out of Smosh, who would it be? Friggin' love you, man, they said. And I friggin' love you too. I mean, if you really watch a lot of Smosh, Smosh Second Channel, and Smosh games, you would know that Wes is very much a skilled person when it comes to survival. You know, he would probably help me survive the longest. Also, he's strong, so he'd be able to do all the hard building work and all that. Worst comes to worst, if I get too hungry, I could just kill him and he has enough meat on his body to save me for like 6 months. So, at Sergio 2 Pritchard asks, hey, did you ever shut down the butt pic? So, If you watch all my videos, then you would know about the story time where I accidentally showed my butt on my Snap story in a video. And you would know that a bunch of screenshots were there and I thought I'd gotten rid of all of them and whatever. So after that video, the picture didn't come out. I was very surprised until like 8 months later, maybe even a year later, there was a subreddit where my butt picture was out there. The people at Smosh were like, hey, we can get rid of it for you, we'll shut it down. And I was like, okay, sure. And they shut it down, but like it went back up immediately. Like the picture was out there. And to be honest, I really don't care. That's honestly best case scenario for someone's nudes to get leaked is a screenshot of a blurry picture of my butt. I love butts. Like it's probably the best thing. Like, I don't know. Not shut down, it's out there. You can go look, I don't care, it's my butt, you're welcome. At Riley Krupka asks, what did you want to be when you grew up as a kid? Every kid kind of had the rock star dream, you know? Pretending to be in music videos, listening to My Chemical Romance. When I was in elementary school, I wanted to be a fashion designer, but I think it was probably because everyone wanted to be a fashion designer. Like, that was the cool thing. And then I wanted to be a teacher. I think eventually in my life, like later on, I may eventually just become a film teacher in high school. Like when I'm like an old lady, because like that would be so fun. Like I loved film class and like I feel like I could teach it, you know? That's pretty much it, you know? And who knows, I may do literally all those things in the future, or at least try. At Nortnania Jr., I'm guessing that's a blend of all of our names, and well done. They asked, I just watched your live stream and I was wondering how you and Wes became roommates. I just live streamed before I shot this video. I talked about how me and Wes are roommates. Actually, it was kind of crazy. When I started working at this job, I still lived at my dad's, and it was a super long drive to work every day, and it was like costing too much in gas. Literally at Winter Games last year, I was happened to be talking to Wes, and I was like, yeah, like I really think I need to move out and move closer to LA. He's like, oh, like my friend just moved out of my apartment and I have a room. And I was like, seriously? It was so fast. Like I moved in here so quick. I've been living here for a little over a year now. It's a good time. Izzo Gabriel asks, do you have a favorite book that you go back to from time to time? Yes, I totally do. Here, you know what? I'll get them. Okay, here's all my favorite books. This is my first time reading like a book like this for fun. So good. So sad, so powerful, so like, you know? It's called The Kite Runner. This author is amazing. I've read another book by him as well. It's about a boy based in Afghanistan. This is my favorite book from high school. First time I read it, I cried. This is the hardest I ever cried at a book. Like I cried for even like an hour afterward. It's a love story. It's a young adult novel called Generation Dead. So good. It's hard to explain, but it's basically like a zombie book. And then here's this series that I freaking love. You guys had Twilight. I had this. This series is called The Wolves of Mercy Falls by Maggie Stiefvater. Here's the first one. It's called Shiver. And then when I found out there was these other two, Linger, and then Forever is the final one. It's such a good trilogy. I literally cried in the third one. In high school, the first year or so, like I didn't have any friends freshman year in high school, and I spent my whole time just going to the library and picking random books and reading them. They're so good. I highly recommend all of these books. You can get them on Audible or in Barnes & Noble because I just love having a hard copy. Sorry, I like freaking love those books. I will be passionate about it. At Darth Trigan asks, do you believe in ghosts and aliens? Yes. I do, and not even necessarily because like there's proof or anything, like just like why not believe that there's something more than yourselves out there, you know? At Caroline W asks, what made you want to pursue acting and entertainment as a career? Well, I don't know what it was that inspired my sister Carrie to be a filmmaker, but I was really young and she was like in high school and she was in a film class. Like she would make movies for projects in the class and like she would have me in them and I would watch her edit them and then she'd show me the final products, and I just like fell in love with what she was doing. So when I was like 10, I would go onto Windows Movie Maker because that's what we had to edit on those days. It was literally like 2005, and I would just take her footage and just like make new projects, like putting it together, adding effects, putting music, and like I just fell in love with editing. But I was so young, I couldn't figure out how to upload to YouTube yet until like years later. I finally figured it out and then just was like, well, now that I know how to post to YouTube, like I just want to make movies. All I wanted to do was just make them. I didn't really care about acting. I never really wanted to act. It was never the plan. I enjoyed it. It was never like the main goal. I always wanted to be a director of photography. I ended up doing video announcements for the school, helping editing with that. Me and there was like a whole group of friends in my high school that would make short films, little movies and skits and stuff, and it was really fun. So I basically was inspired by my sister, I think, and then I didn't really choose acting as like a thing that I would actually want to do until Smosh, because that was like my first time professionally acting and like really being seen and like judged for my performance. And like since I was getting the positive feedback, I was like, you know, maybe I could do this. Maybe in the future, who knows? But we'll see. At YVNGKale asks, did you ever want to change your name as a kid? If you did, what name did you want to change it to? Actually, I guess when I was born, they were gonna name me Charlotte. And like when I was young and I found that out, I was like, man, I wish my name was Charlotte, because then people could call me Charlie or Charles, and that would have been so cool. And then like Crystal, I think every kid when I was younger wanted the name Crystal, because it was just such a cute, like, yeah, I always thought Courtney was a stupid name, and sometimes I still do, but at Colonel Candy 15 asks, are you allowed to have any romantic and or sexual relationships with a Smosh member? Even if it was allowed, I don't think that would be something that any of us would ever do. We are all brothers and sisters and best friends, and it could never be like that. That would be way too weird. We love each other and we like flirt for fun, but we're too close to be like that. It would never happen. But I want to bang Olivia. Okay, so that is all of the questions that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. I know I do a lot of Q&As, but it's been a while. I thought maybe you guys had some more questions and wanted to know more about me. I love you guys. Hit like and comment down the video if you have any other questions. I'll be down there answering them for all in eternity. You're the best.